Hello guys, welcome to the third lecture of a Cursor AI for Advanced Users course, and in this video I'll talk about the BlogForge application, a full stack application that we'll be building in this series. Okay, so let's start. So BlogForge is an AI powered blogging platform. What does it mean? Let's understand. Let's quickly discuss the overview for this video. So we'll be building a real world AI powered blogging platform called as BlogForge. The tech stack we are going to be using is Flask plus TailwindCSS for styling. Flask is basically a server framework for Python. We'll be using Google OAuth as our login or sign up for sign up purposes in this project. We'll learn to use Cursor AI for multi-file generation and debugging. We'll also add some real AI inside our app, basically repurposing our blogs into LinkedIn posts and tweets. Okay, so what is happening here is we have a BlogForge application. What does it do? Let's quickly talk about that. Or actually, we can go to a small, we can brainstorm on that. What does the UI looks like? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with our main web page, right? So this is our home page, and let's say this is the route for it, and this is how you should generally design. Okay. We'll have a very good kind of an onboarding caption, or basically just a caption about what my BlogForge app does. And we can add here maybe a login button, right? A login button, and clicking on this login. And we can also do some multiple things here, like what my features, different features of my website is. Okay. So this is about the main page. And then when the person clicks on the login page, so what will happen is he will be redirected to the login page. Okay, at the login page, again, this is a very simple form where he can use signing with Google. That is the only option we'll provide, and we'll write here some good title about what does this app does, right? And then if the user is already not there in database, what we'll do, whenever he logs in, we'll just make him sign up. So there won't be a different sign up page. But what will happen is if it is logging in for the first time, then we will make the user sign up, or we will handle that logic in our backend, or we'll ask Cursor to handle that logic. Okay, so after logging in, what we'll do, we will have again, so he will be directed to the dashboard page. So then the dashboard page, let's see what things we can have. So in the dashboard page, what we'll do, we will actually showcase all the blogs that are shared by different users. Okay, so it's like a feed. Okay, it's like a feed. So in the feed, we will have different blogs from different users, blog 1, blog 2, and let's say published by user 1 on this date. So those are the metadata we can show here and show here. And basically this feed will be sorted by the time actually. Okay. Okay. And then what we'll do, we will have we can have a left sidebar here, right? In the left sidebar, we'll have all the menu options, and also we need a nav bar. So let me just remove this. So we'll have a nav bar, and the nav bar will provide, let's say, logo, right? And we will add some questionnaires or kind of those things where you can just redirect to the main page. Or some different page, like for example, this is kind of a help page. Okay, so this is where we provide the FAQs for the app and all those things. Okay, and then we will have a left sidebar as well. In the left sidebar, we will have let's say feed. So if it is clicks on feed, then what happens, or dashboard. So if it clicks on here, then this feed page will open. If it is already open, this will be remaining as the active. Okay, then we have my blogs, one more button, where he can click on this, and basically clicking on this is very important. If clicking on this, we will have a new page open, right, with the same menu options and nav bar. And here he will see my blogs which are published, right? My blogs which are published. So here all the blogs will be there which he has published, and there will be something called as drafts as well. Okay, so drafts are basically the blogs that are not published yet, but it's like a work in progress. Okay, so this is the thing. And what happens is, for example, he can click on any one of the blog, right? And this is his blog. So I'll call this not dashboard, but I'll call this, let's say, my blogs. This route, this is the kind of things will be shown for a particular user. Okay, if he clicks on one particular blog, then what will happen is same nav bar, sidebar. And here he will be kind of seeing a markdown editor, right? Markdown editor, and basically a preview of its blog. right? So this markdown editor basically we want this blog to be rendered in using different formatting styles. This is what markdown is. So he can see all those things here, and this will be editable, right? So we can have a save button, or we can have we only need one save button, right? Or yeah, when he clicks on save and he has made some edit, we will actually send a request to the database to save that blog. Okay, so this will be on my blogs and blog ID, right? So this is how we can do this. And if it is a blog, then it is look like this. You can save it or publish it, right? And then what also we can do is we can this will be a preview. The bottom one will be like a preview, right? So there will be a save button, there will be a preview button. So when he clicks on the preview, what will happen is, or the new changes, with the new changes, the blog will show here that, hi, this is how your blog looks like. Okay, so we'll have a preview as well. And this is basically just a read kind of a thing. You can just see the preview and all. Okay, so this is there. And then same thing can be happen for drafts as well. He can open this and will open as my blogs blog ID, right? And the draft will be open. He can in case of a draft blog, instead of save, we will say publish, right? Because it is basically going from a draft to a published kind of a thing, right? So if it is a draft, then we will say you can click on the, instead of save, we will have a publish button. Okay, so this is there. And then what also we can do is we can inside a blog, we will also have two buttons. Let's say LinkedIn, right? So we'll call this LinkedIn, or we will have Twitter. Okay, so what will happen is this button, when we click on it, right, so it will generate a post for them, and this is basically behind the scenes is going to an LLM behind the scenes going to an LLM with this content, right? Let's say this content is X, right? So this X content is going to the LLM, and we will have a very good prompt to generate kind of a LinkedIn post, right? So we will have a prompt plus this X, and they will submit this to LLM. Then in response, we should get a professional kind of a post. We can also make this maybe in LinkedIn, you want to make a post which is more friendly or professional. So these are two kind of categories we'll do, right? So along with this X and let's say professional or funny, LLM will generate from this blog the LinkedIn content, which he can directly post on LinkedIn. Similarly, he can generate a Twitter kind of a post from there, from the same blog, and basically will be sending the prompt plus the text plus the for Twitter, we'll say that, hey LLM, generate this post for me. Okay, so we'll have a very good prompt. I'll talk about what those prompts look like, but let's leave it for now. And this is it. So we have a AI kind of a stuff here. Then we have the traditional database kind of a thing, and a lot of UI, and this is what our app looks like. So this is what we are going to be building, and this is how you should think about that, right? And the important part is all these routes will be user protected or auth protected. So if the user doesn't have the authorization to go to this URL, he will automatically be redirected to the login page. Only this route will not be what do you call user protected kind of a thing. Okay, so this is what our app is. Now let's quickly go back and talk about a few more things. So let's go. And the technical architecture backend, we will use Flask for managing the route or server side things. We'll use sessions with Google OAuth to kind of understand which user is logged in. And we will have some AI endpoints as well, so that he can repurpose his blog for LinkedIn or maybe Twitter as well. For front end, we will be using Jinja 2 templates inside Flask. And for styling, we will be using Tailwind CSS class, Tailwind CSS library. For database, we will be using SQLite for database and SQL Alchemy for object relational mapping. Or you guys already know this. If you don't know, you can just search for it. Basically, this ORM, what it does, you can write Pythonic code to kind of simulate the queries that you want to run on your database. For the AI layer, we will have the LLM APIs, and we'll be using Gemini for this, for content generation based on the prompt, based on the platform, and based on the tone that you want it to be there. Okay, so core features, secure login with Google. We already discussed those things. Markdown-based editor with preview. CRUD for blogs, drafts, and tags. And yeah, one more thing I forgot to kind of tell you, that each blog can have tags as well. So when I'm searching for, let's say, DSA tags, so all the posts that have DSA has tags in it can be researched for me. AI powered tools, we can generate LinkedIn post, professional friendly, and this is just a route for it. Generate tweet thread, repurpose for Twitter, generate title, summary, and tags. So yeah, so one more thing I wanted to do here is basically once this blog is kind of, he has updated it, right? So he can also use AI to generate a title and a summary for this blog post. And this is what it will look here in blog. This is actually not an image, but is actually a title and a small summary so that it can appear in the feed for others, which is basically a lot lesser in length as compared to the original blog. Okay, so usually in Instagram you have images. In this case, we will have a title and a summary of the user who has created the post. Okay, so and some database details that you can think about. We will have a users table, we will have a post table, we will also have a social post. And in the social post, the one interesting thing that you want to do is each post can only generate one LinkedIn post. Each post can only generate one Twitter post, right? We will not allow multiple things. So this is just some restrictions. And tags are only for posts. So basically your original blog that is there will only create tags for that. Okay, so that is there. We'll also do some testing and CI/CD pipeline. So testing we have been doing multiple times, but CI/CD is something that we have not done before with our projects. So we'll test Google OAuth login and session persistence. We can mock API calls with sample responses, and we'll prepare CI/CD pipeline using GitHub Action. So what will happen whenever we push some changes to GitHub, it will run all those test cases, and it should kind of give me some feedback on the GitHub that, hey, all the tests are successful or not, and then we can merge it to main branch. So we'll say that you can only merge it to the main branch when all the tests are successful. So these are basically simple CI/CD pipelines. Some extra features that we might try to implement in this series, which is security and privacy, focusing more on that, like input sanitization, cross CSRF things and other things. We might not do this in this one, but I'll give you some tips around that, what you should do to make the project really, really good. Future AI enhancements. So basically right now we have done it for Twitter and LinkedIn. You can also try it for converting that blog to a video, and we'll talk about that, but we'll not do that in this series at least. Okay, so that is it for this one, and very excited that we'll go about building this application. This is a very good application, and we will definitely try to build it in the best way possible. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I'll see you very soon. Bye.